well.
Welcome to another episode of Northwest Brewmeisters. My name is Jamie.
I'm Steve.
We are just two guys in the Pacific Northwest who like beer.
I think you should too.
Absolutely. Look at that. We did it. I'm ruining it now, but
say no.
but we did it. Yeah, I'm so proud. Dude, high five. Don't leave me hanging. Oh, we suck at high fives. Okay. So
It tastes better now that it's warmed up a little bit.
we are ahead of the game today because life has changed since we last podcast. I now leave for work at 5:30 in the morning, which means I cannot stay at Steve's house till late in the evening. Got a brew beer and
like,
get.
Instead being like 11
11
o'clock nights, it's like, I should probably call it now.
Yeah, I need to go home. I gotta work in the morning. But in any case, so life has changed. So we're ahead of the game. We are already into the steep time, like 5 minutes into it, rocking and rolling. So the description's in there, but we will start as normal. Steve is brewing Resurrection Ale, which is the most amazing beer in the universe. The MALTiverse.
The MALTiverse.
Yeah, we're funny.
Oh yeah, a classic beer in the history of our show. I've done this beer quite a few times now. This is like officially, I think I've like come to terms like internally like this is my beer.
It is your beer, dude. It's great, and it's a really good beer, man. I mean, no lie. I'm not just doing lip service. I would pay for that beer. I would go to a bar and say, "Ooh, Resurrection Ale.
Get one of those.
Give me a pint. $9."
What's funny is the beer is simple. It's not a complex beer. And if you've watched any of the previous ones, you'll know what I put in here. So very easy. 9.9 pounds of light malt extract. I realized I had a little moment of a little epiphany earlier. I couldn't remember if I used Golden Light or Pilsen Light. This time I have Golden Light. I made a note of it, so I couldn't remember which one I put in there. So anyway,
Probably a good idea.
9.9 pounds of light malt extract. In this case, it's going to have Golden Light from Greece. 1 pound of Crystal 20, quarter pound of British chocolate malt, and that's it for steeping grains. Hops are 1.5 ounces of Northern Brewer at the 60-minute, and then I had written in the past either 1/2 ounce of Cascade or 1/2 ounce of Crystal at 10. I'm using Crystal this time. I think the Crystal had a better flavor last time. Remember right? Because in fact, I'm pretty sure I used Crystal last time.
I have faith in you.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Yeast is the white yeast London 3, or you could use the Northwest. I'm using London 3 this time again. And that's it. Pretty simple recipe. That's Resurrection Strong Ale.
Nice. So I think this is upside down. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind. We'll monitor in a minute. So I am brewing Pale Ale number 1, pretty much because my father liked it. And so, okay, we'll brew it. And, I might even bottle this one up. I'll use a keg to carbonate it because the last time I tried to carbonate in bottles, it was a disaster.
Oh.
A whole kit, a whole batch of beer flat. And everybody said it tasted good. Yeah, that's another way of saying it wasn't good.
We know you're just being polite.
Yes, thank you for being polite. It was flat. It was a failure.
It was not a good beer.
Yeah. So anyway, white yeast, 1056, 6.6 pounds of Pilsen, LME, 8 ounces of Crystal, 8 ounces of Munich, 1 ounce of Cascade hops at 60 minutes, and 1 ounce of Cascade hops at flame out. And standard steep, standard boil. So, also an easy beer. In fact, even easier than yours. When I was kind of aiming for a second ale, I'm probably not going to bother with original gravity, final gravity. It's not that important to me. But last time it came out at like 4.86%, so pretty light.
Yeah. Pretty sessiony, I'd say.
Pretty sessiony, not quite Coors Light, 2.3%.
Yeah, this one is 7.75 usually. So this is my colder months beer because you definitely get the warming effect when you drink this one.
Mm-hmm. But I like that.
It's a good thing, yeah.
And it really does. It tastes really good. Okay, we're gonna have to fix this.
Yeah, other people at work who come over and have the beer, they're like, yeah, make it res ale again. Everybody's come over and try like tea and Gonzo and my other friends,
Yeah, no, it's good beer. Good beer.
Yeah, go ahead. Just one though, because the other ones are for Mom.
I gotta fix this. It's all screwed up. It's just not working for me.
Well, better.
I'm fixing. I'm fixing. All right. Now we're correct. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Right.
Crazy machine.
So yesterday I got the fruitcake beer kegged up, also known as our spiced winter ales. We have to decide when we want to put in our raisins. Like after the first week, kind of put them in the last week, kind of thing. Because I want to do
Wait a
that.
minute.
I'm going to soak them in.
You kegged it or you racked it?
Racked it. Did I say keg?
I thought you said keg.
I meant I racked it.
I have not racked mine yet, so I will rack mine tomorrow. Sorry. I mean, let's just be honest, man. I'm going to go home and I'm going to have to go to sleep because I got to wake up early in the morning.
No, I know. I get it.
So
yeah, I guess maybe like next Saturday or something like that, I'll put the raisins in. But I'm going to soak them in vodka first.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well.
Try that little trick.
I got some just cheap vodka today, just something not super expensive.
Okay.
For basically sterilizing the raisins.
Pop off or something.
Some
of the plastic bottle.
Start with an M
on the really?
Monarch or Monterey or something.
It's probably terrible vodka. You know?
I don't like hard alcohol anyway.
I got 3 gallons for $1.65.
It's just like, should we drink it? No.
You can put some in your tractor if you need to
get
it started, you know.
If you need to start your vehicle, go ahead. Oh, I screwed that up again. I forgot. I turned all of my Wi-Fi off. I wonder if my kids figured it out. My kids probably did figure it out. They're pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm thinking for a future, like from the ground up recipe, that's kind of, you know, better for the colder months is I want to do something. I did it once before with like oak barrel chips, like where whiskeys had been.
With my Scotch ale, I do that.
Well, I did that one kit. I can't remember what it's called though, but I want to do it where I get my own chips and you can soak them in whiskey, make your own whiskey chips, and then you put it in secondary and kind of impart a bourbony flavor. Not too much so because I don't want it to taste like bourbon. I don't want it to taste like an alcohol, but I liked that beer that it imposed just enough of the flavor that you could kind of get like a back flavor after you took an initial drink. It's like, kind of has a bourbony after effect.
As long as it's an after effect.
But it would be a darker, heavier beer like this, definitely for the colder months. Maybe not. Maybe I won't do it this year. Maybe I'll wait till next year since we're not going to be brewing again until more than likely the 31st of December after today. So.
Yes, one of us wanted to say that this was the last brew of the year. And someone else said, well, technically it's not because we looked at the calendar and it happens that the 31st is
the last Sunday of the year.
So
literally the last Sunday.
We are going to do that. I cannot think of a better way to celebrate New Year's Eve though.
We were even
brewing beer.
We were even going to wait until after New Year, but I was like, well, we'll both be back in town by this time,
Yeah. Kind of thing. So this is going to be the last brew session for a while. I'm going on the annual father-son, best friend, cousin of best friend, and apparently this year daughters-in-law and sister hunting trip.
Oh.
It's getting. I don't know. I think the girls are going to sleep outside. It's going to be miserable for them because it was 10 degrees last year. Well, they're tough though. My sister's tough. I don't know what's going to really happen.
Oh, do we have comments already?
Oh yeah, Jade is here. Hello, Jade.
Hello,
I saw you a few moments ago, and I just haven't gotten to saying hi. Yeah, she's like, "What's up tonight?" The usual brewing beer, pale ale, resurrection ale. You have heard of both of these if you have watched past episodes.
Watched those episodes.
You are one of our loyal 5 fans.
So yeah, you'll be out of town for the Thanksgiving time frame,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll be out of town later in December. So we decided we'll just take a little hiatus.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a break and stuff.
The good news is there's 3 beers in the pipeline, so there'll be beers going into getting racked, beers going into kegs. I just kegged up. I racked the spiced ale today, and then I kegged the porter.
Okay, you kegged the porter.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, I think you actually did say you kegged.
Yeah,
so it's like
I probably slipped up. Yeah, the porter technically should have been kegged 2 Sundays ago, but I just didn't feel like doing it. I was tired, and it was in secondary, so it's fine. It wasn't hurting anything. In fact, it probably made it better sitting in secondary for another couple weeks. It's a darker beer, so I'm not worried about clarity. I wanted to have the flavor, that it's fully flocculated and stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know?
and it does. It does. I mean, you don't want to let it sit on the trube.
Yeah, I'll let anything sit in a secondary fermenter for months if I needed to.
Not 2 years though.
No, not 2 years, but a couple months would be fine. And then if it gets kegged up and you know kegs are airtight, it can sit in a keg for a long time.
Well,
before you carbonate it or chill it.
Theoretically, if you have everything sanitized and everything, it should be able to just live there for, like a year,
right?
2 years. Theoretically, I don't know. Just something in my brain says no.
No, yeah. I'd rather not let it sit more than a month or two.
But yet they'll keep whiskey in barrels for years. Wood barrels.
Years, yeah.
Yes. In fact, they'll be insulted if you say, "Let's get that one out." It's like, no, it's only 7 years old. It's what? What? Who the heck can wait 7 years for a drink? You're gonna die of thirst. By the way, yes, absolutely shenanigans. We are all about shenanigans here.
Well, case in point on that, I have a Bushmills. You've heard of Bushmills? They make Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say like their standard, just regular shelf label is like aged 12 years, but I picked up a special numbered edition that was aged 21 years.
That's a whole career.
I know.
It's like you did your whole career and never tasted what you made. Yeah. Retired and
I don't know. I never tasted it.
Sell it to someone else. Is it good? I don't know. I made it when I first started in that field, and it's still sitting on the shelf, getting ready to go. Apparently,
the only reason I bought
my grandson will sell it.
I know, right? I'm not a whiskey fan, but my uncle loves Bushmills, and I bought it like I don't know 3 or 4 Christmases ago, time frames ago. So but I haven't traveled since then because of the plague and all that. We haven't been to Texas. So I've had these whiskey bottles. There's about 2 of them. All these years just chilling, waiting. So
now they're even more than 21 years.
It doesn't keep aging.
No, not in the glass. Once it goes into the glass, you're right, it doesn't.
But the good news is it keeps. It's going to keep forever, literally forever. It won't age in the same sense as aging in the barrel or anything.
Well, nothing can live in it.
No.
I mean, they use that stuff to sterilize wounds. I mean, long ago they did, but I guess they use different things now. Like
I don't know. Some people used to use that stuff to like numb up babies' gums. I don't know if people do that anymore because
they
lose their mind over it now.
Well, there's lots of babies rolling around trunk, not feeling the teething. Seemed to work.
Seemed to work back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. I
don't know if they ever did that with me. I was a baby in the 70s, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had the whiskey thing, but I don't know, man. Maybe I did because I don't remember anybody in my family being whiskey drinkers. Like the uncles were all beer guys, they all drink Coors and stuff like that. Every now and then, like maybe a liquor would come out during the holidays, but nobody drank whiskey on a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Sometimes people kept things around for medicinal purposes back in the day. They weren't a whiskey drinking family, but you had them.
No, but you mixed whiskey with that butter or some sugar or whatever. I don't know.
Sure.
Just throwing random ingredients together. It would be some kind of remedy,
Yeah. So you never know. Woke folks everywhere. You ain't lying.
Oh, no kidding.
You ain't lying. The world is full of caffeine and not the good caffeine. This is like some evil caffeine. It kind of gets y'all jittery.
Evil caffeine. So we kind of have a keg of holding going on with this stout. I thought it would be done by now.
Yeah, that's
we've been drinking on it for a few weeks.
Yeah. By the way, we are drinking a stout, which is an appropriate beer for the weather. It's rainy and cold.
I made the stout before the porter, so this is like 6 weeks ago, or if not more.
Yeah, it's a nice old beer, so it's not green anymore.
No, it's been in the keg it's been carbonated in about 4 days, 5 days. But it's been a nice steady pressure on it for the last few weeks. So
right, this is one of the. This is one of.
It's one of there, just the Skagit stout.
Yeah.
Named after the Skagit River.
So. Anyhow, it's good.
Then they have the Stilly stout, which is that's the strong one, I believe, like their Russian Imperial style.
Yeah.
That's the Stilly, or is this the Stilly? I can't remember which one it was. No, this is the Skagit.
This is Skagit.
This is only like 5.4. It's a lower ABV stout.
Yeah, it's like almost not stout.
Right. It's almost not stout.
It's like kind of a limp stout. My brain went somewhere when I said that, and I Let's come back. Let's come back. Family show.
Do it back in.
All right, coming back.
How's your speech doing?
We got like 11 minutes and 19 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna wait.
Bye. Taking Riley to work.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
We're truly a family show, as in the family comes in to the show.
Unlock it.
That's good. I'm glad she didn't lock it. Like somebody may have locked me in his garage the other day.
What idiot would do that? It's like someone having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as their luggage combo.
That's okay.
Just change the space ball.
Change it. I know, man. I was flowing with it. I was changing it. I was like, I gotta go home later.
Yeah. Call Wendy real quick. Hey, change the luggage combination. Yeah, I may have locked you in here before, and I've been locked in here with my children before. It's like,
Yes, which I find amusing. Well, it's just different cultures.
Oh.
I came from a town of 1,500 people in the middle of nowhere.
everybody knew each other.
Yeah, you didn't lock anything. Where do you keep the car keys? Well, in the ignition, right? That's where they go. Just how are you going to start the car if the keys aren't in it? So you
Keys in the ignition, duh.
keep them in the ignition. That's where they go. Like Steve locks his truck out at my house. I don't live in town. I live far away.
I grew up in the city. You locked everything.
Yes.
You even locked your lock, you know?
Of
Put a
course
lock
I
on the
lock.
lock.
And then I lock the lock.
And I locked the lock.
And then I put both those locks in a box, which I lock. It's like, wow. I hope you never have to get into your house quickly during the zombie invasion.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyways, just different cultures.
Sure.
And to be honest, yours is probably a safer habit. You probably get robbed less often. Not that I've been robbed
I mean,
recently.
my house hasn't been robbed, thankfully, knock on wood. But the car got broken into before.
Like,
Wasn't
broken window
not like a
broken
broken
into?
window broken into, but like somebody used to leave their staring out there. Somebody used to leave their old vehicle unlocked. Now she doesn't do that because of that. Happened across the street too at when her sister used to live over there. Same thing, they grew up in areas, more rural areas where it was common to leave. So they would leave their doors unlocked, and one morning one of them was going to work and the car door was open. It's like, what the heck? And then so they're looking in there, and Matt's wallet was there, but everything else was gone. Like,
but you're mentioning it's
yeah.
like they didn't take things that you would really expect them to take.
No, it
like
took
they
the
were
loose
rifling
stuff.
for loose change
Yeah.
or something.
They took the loose stuff, but yeah, left his wallet there. Of course, they left the door open. I don't know if it killed the battery or not. Yeah, with Randy, it was the same way. She, they had opened the Jeep door and just took all the loose stuff. And I think they took her CDs though, which means they took my CDs because I think I had CDs in that little sleeve thing. It was just a sleeve thing you could mount to your sun visor.
Yep.
Back when CDs in cars were the way to do it.
Oh, we still sell them down at Napa. I think I sold
Okay.
one never. It's been sitting there. Dust is about.
Oh,
that
everybody
thick on it.
uses their Bluetooth from their phones now to play through the stereos, which
Yeah.
I don't because my stereo is that old. It doesn't have that.
Yeah,
technology.
mine doesn't either. I have a CD player. I do have USB, so I could plug my phone in.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't have any music on my phone because I don't use my phone. I use my phone to make phone calls and to text. Yes, I have a $1,000 phone call and text machine. Occasionally, I'll use it like for Google Maps or something, or whatever.
Right.
But I don't enjoy like this whole thing. First of all, I'm old enough that I need reading glasses, so that's not enjoyable. And second, this position, it hurts my neck. I don't like it.
Yeah, after a while, it hurts my neck too.
I am a big and the whole thumb thing. Timo's super fast. I'm like,
Button tech.
this is stupid. Of course, Timo uses the autocorrect, and I just irritates the heck out of me. Those autofills.
Right.
Like, I don't know why, but the Mac algorithm in the iPhone, it defaults to wheel, like we will.
Yeah.
Contracted
It's not very
wheel.
smart.
Instead of,
Fill in the
well, I
blanks.
figure I'll be there in 10 minutes. I never type wheel to start a sentence. Never.
Right.
It's not like, wheel, I'll be there in 10 minutes. No, nobody says that. I always say, well. It's like, what do you think about this? Well, it sounds cool. But no, autofill, wheel. It's like, backspace, 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 backspace.
Yeah, I don't have any specific examples, but there's times where it autofilled something that was just completely not what I was even going for. I'm like, really? That's not even the right context. I mean, come on. It's just like, stop, and then I'll correct it, or I'll change it back, and then it corrects again. And it's just like, do you do not register my backspaces, whatever, to retype it, you know?
Right? The other thing it does is my phone does not speak Spanish.
You can change it to do that, though.
Well, then it won't speak English.
We'll do both.
We'll do both?
Just add a Spanish keyboard to it, is all you need to do.
That's a lot of work.
No, it's not.
It's just a ton of work. Do I have to do anything to make it happen?
Might have to go tap.
Too much work. That's too much work.
I have to tap a setting. Oh, man.
I don't want to figure that out.
Only reason I know is because when I was studying German, I had a German keyboard installed on my phone,
Mhm.
you know, software keyboard. That way, it was easier to type umlauts and ssets and German characters. You know.
For the record, I actually do know that.
Okay.
Although I get, it's not so much the typing of, it's that it constantly autocorrects to some stupid
I know.
random English word.
That's why with the Spanish one, I did not install a Spanish keyboard. If I need to use an upside down exclamation point or something, I just hold.
Yeah, you long hold.
And it gives me all the choices. Umlauts, everything's all right there. It's like, oh, I don't even need another language keyboard in there, you know.
I really hope that Jade and the replay audience we don't know how old you are, Jade. You don't have to tell us. We're just hoping that you're our age or older, because this conversation probably looks really dumb to 20-year-olds.
Right.
20-year-olds like, wow, these guys
You
are
guys
so
are old.
impressed.
You guys are so old. They're so impressed with the long press on the phone. Dude, look at this. You know?
Look at what you can do. It's like, yeah, okay,
so
weird.
weird.
You know what? Come on over to my house. Let's play a little Atari 2600. Kick your butt, Junior.
Oh,
We did that.
I will own you some asteroids.
Oh man, frustrated. So when I was young, a kid, you know, and you too, you know, what was it? Super Street Fighter was one of the multi-button ones. So after Nintendo,
Maybe like an early PlayStation.
what would Street Fighter come out on? Was that a Nintendo title?
I don't think it was. I think that was either Sega, like a PlayStation, or maybe Neo Geo, or one of those intermediate game systems that were kind of in between the Ataris and Nintendo, or between the Nintendo and like the modern day game systems. You know?
Right, but it was one of the ones that looks like the modern game controller. You know, 4 buttons, pow pow, and then buttons up there, kind of like that shape. Anyways, multiple buttons. My friend Jason, his little brother Michael, right, pretty good at Street Fighter, and like he could just wipe the walls with us.
Oh no, it wasn't Nintendo. I remember playing on Super Nintendo.
I think it was Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I remember playing Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo.
Because it was not NES. It wasn't the original NES.
No,
it was
no,
the
no.
next
I
one.
think it was Super Nintendo. Yeah.
So, anyways, we actually did that. We're like, all right, fine. You think? Because he was, you know, he's a smack talker. It's like, wow, you're so amazing. You can push buttons. Why don't we go for a run? Why don't we do a boxing match? No, you don't want to do a boxing match. You weigh 105 pounds, soaking wet in a wool jumpsuit. You have a reach of 13 inches. You will not do well with that. But I said, fine. And we had an Atari 2600. One stick, one button.
All right.
Let's go, Sparky. And sure enough, man, we played games like Asteroids, and he'd play Ready Player One. We'd let him be player one, and he'd last 14, 15 seconds. You know, he would. He'd be like, and then poof.
He had mastered the warp and the thrusters.
Yep, and all that. And so we'd be like, all right, and is it my turn yet? No, it doesn't work that way on these systems. You gotta wait until player 2 dies.
I haven't died yet.
Yeah. It's been like half an hour. Yeah, and you're gonna sit there. Feeling pretty fancy now, aren't
How's
you,
that
kid?
humble pie?
Yeah. This game sucks. All right, let's play this game. Every single game just destroyed him. And it's just because we're used to that. It's like that's what we grew up on, which is weird because it's not like he is like 40 years younger than us.
Right.
You know, but it was enough of a gap. The system that he first started playing games on was the multi-button one, and it was cool. You know, and now my kid just thrashes me on everything.
Yeah.
Although I gotta admit, I like playing Smash Brothers online where I'm on the same team with my kid. Oh, he sucks at teamwork. He's just not good at it. Like, Timo, we gotta work together. I know, Dad. Then why are you over there? Help me. Never mind, I died. Never mind.
What do you got left on yours?
1 minute, 27 seconds.
Ooh, excuse me.
So anyways, I understand that I could install these different keyboards. It's the autocorrect. I also understand that I could turn autocorrect off. And I really do need to figure out how to do that because it annoys the heck out of me.
Yeah, me too.
It really isn't worth the effort. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, I noticed when I switched over from Google, from Android to Apple, it took me a while to get used to the settings. I'm like, good lord,
Mm-hmm.
the way they did their settings from Apple was strange to me, very foreign. It's like,
Well,
doesn't make any sense, but now it does. You know?
but some of it, there's a lot of making you think. You know, the whole book, Don't Make Me Think.
Yeah.
You know, you're the one that told me about it. I still haven't read the book, but that whole paradigm that everything, you shouldn't have to think. You should just be so natural that you can just do it. And apparently Apple doesn't agree. Because they have settings that are actually very useful. It's like, wow, that'd be very useful. It's too bad that I have to dig through 7 layers of settings to get to the secret trick that makes that happen. You know, it's like, why isn't that just right on the face of it? How about them apples?
Oh, God.
I need to go get the bucket. Oh, and since I'm up,
yeah.
I should
Sensuous.
rectify this empty beer situation. It's time!
Maybe you should do your beer first. I can do that.
All right.
That way you're not steeping too long. That was fine.
Cool. All right. This is a very interesting colored beer right now. Kind of looks like dirty dishwater, to be honest. Like it really looks like dirty dishwater. Now, for some reason, you're not supposed to squeeze this. You're just supposed to let it drain. And then you get impatient. You try not to get donkeys all over Steve's garage floor.
Too late.
Yeah. I don't feel too guilty when I do because Steve is the most guilty of getting stuff all over his garage floor. And oh, thank you, sir.
Who said that, son?
And I have faithfully and nicely and charitably mopped this garage floor many times.
True statement.
Not by Steve's request, but by the goodness of my own heart.
All right, you need your malts.
I do. I don't know where they are.
They are. I put them in hot water.
Oh,
Soften them.
good idea. Hey, do we have chill water?
Yes.
Okay.
The water's been in there for like 5 hours, so it's
Okay, so it should be chilly chill water. When you do this, we don't always show what happens after the boil because we lock things down because we get running around and we don't quite have the space to have cameras here and cameras there and stuff. So anyways, we got our big glass carboys, and because they're glass, you don't want to put warm or quasi-hot liquid into cool or quasi-cold glass because you can shock it and then it can break, and that's bad. So what you do is you pour chill water.
That's bad.
Chill water into your carboy first, and then you pour your wort into the chill water and mix together, and it cools down enough that nothing breaks and explodes. And also, it helps you get down to temperature so you can spend less of your friend's money on the water utility bill trying to cool off your beer.
And the temperature, getting it down to a certain temperature is important for the yeast.
Super important. In fact, not just for the yeast, but for the flavor of the beer.
Right.
Ah!
Oh, shit.
What did you do?
Nothing. I guess I'm going to do a cold steep.
Okay. Cold steep high.
Where's the flame?
Did I put it way up there, or did I?
It's way up here. I didn't do anything.
Come on! I can do it. It's turning. It's turning.
seen that. Those things are so tight. It's crazy.
What's going on? It's like it's glued on here. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm just gonna pull it off like this.
Did it leak?
Yes, it leaked.
It was literally glued on there.
That might be because of the warm water, or it might be just because it leaked.
Yeah, maybe the warm water kind of expanded it.
That's what I'm thinking. Wow, that was a lot of work. Put that in there. Wow, I am sticky already. Thanks, Steve. Oh, yeah, totally gooey.
So gooey, brah. Who's texting me? Received 2 texts.
This is ridiculous. There we go. We're definitely gonna have to step off camera.
Right?
After this is done. I have to take my spoon with me too.
I'm taking care of messages here.
That's fine.
Alright. Warm it up.
Alright. That was a lot of work.
That was a lot of work for you, man. Good lord.
I don't know what happened there. I believe that what we requested from these guys was that it would be easier to take at least the foil off. And they have obviously did exactly the opposite.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I'm also going to have to take the ladle inside.
Well, that's fine.
Because everything I'm touching is gooey.
All right. Come on, timer.
That is just one angry little canister of malt.
I know, man. I don't know what's up with that thing.
I think it was just that one. I think that may have leaked before it came home.
Possible.
That's right. Which technically, I suppose, shouldn't use it. 'Cause, you know, don't use it. The seals, you'll be fine. I'm gonna boil the heck out of it.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Who would want to kill a beer brewer?
All right. All right. You're gonna need this. That'll get your flame going.
Oh, my flame's still going. I never put it out. Never mind. I think it'll be all right. It's pretty low, so it shouldn't scorch.
Yeah.
And if it scorches a little, it's and this will- I'm gonna wash that because the handle is sticky, man. You don't want that.
That's fine. What you gotta do, man?
Yeah, that was all jacked up. All right, that goes in. So we're gonna have to be more careful at the end today because it's colder and it's windier, and we open the door, and that means you. I'm sorry that it's always you. Are always stuck with the crazy, wild fluctuations.
Yeah.
All right, going for boil.
Going for the boil. I'm at about 105 degrees right now.
Look how on target I am. Man, on target. Just stay focused and brewing beer, moving fast. Don't worry, I'll get distracted and something will happen.
Good, I like it. I like this package.
If you want to be super efficient, we could just buy a 6-pack.
I have one in the beer fridge.
No!
Instant beer!
I'm going to take my spoons and just go wash them. You think about how even you're being.
Yeah.
Everything is completely sticky. Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't run into that problem.
I hope you don't, because this is yuck. Oh, man.
All right, come on. Now we wait.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. No more sticky.
Yes.
No more sticky.
Spoon is not sticky. Ladle is not sticky. I am not sticky.
All right.
So we could, since we're already up to the boil session,
Hot cam.
break out pot cam. Come forth, pot cam. Have I ever mentioned that we need a production crew?
Every time.
Every time. Every single time. I know. Doesn't change the truth. Doesn't make it less true.
Yeah.
We need a production crew.
I'm a little tired.
A little tired.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't stay up terribly late. I didn't party last night or anything. So.
I stayed up a little later than I should. I think I racked out around 11.
Did you go to church today?
Yeah. So, I'd be up like 6:15. I think I got out of bed at 6:20.
Like 2 o'clock and I went to bed, but I wasn't like up partying. I was watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I did drink probably about 4 beers, but 4 of these aren't full on. These aren't even full pints.
Yeah, that's true.
So
It's nice. It's
I think it's just a 12-ounce glass in the end. So I drank 4 of these roughly. I didn't even do full beers the whole time. I did like 3/4 beers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. That's one of the bonuses. That's one of the bonuses of the keg system.
Mm-hmm.
I want just a little bit. I don't want to do a whole 12-ounce.
I want half a beer.
I want half a beer.
Yeah, so that's what I did last night. I just took it easy. Friday night, I drank a little bit, but I didn't go like super crazy. You know, like after we got done. But no, we didn't hang out Friday. Yeah, we did. Because I went by your house for a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came over to my place.
Instead of you coming over here, I went over there. Yeah, because I had a practice session, and then we went and had a couple of beers at Wicked Teuton, and then from there I went straight to your place.
Yep.
It was a Veterans Day beers. So we were calling them, you know, since everybody was a veteran who was there with us. It was just Zach Renee, you know, just 3 of us went. And we're hoping you were to join, but you were busy, obviously. You know.
Yeah, man, I had to get ready for the recital, which, by the way, I don't know if anybody tuned into the recital, but that turned out really well. Well, I know you tuned in at the end.
Yeah.
Of course, you're supposed to be there live. Damn viruses.
Yeah, so I would, if you go, like, say hi to the kids, I wouldn't, like, hug on them or anything, because especially Banny, she's really poopy right now.
She's just like a little ball of plague. Little plague ball rolling around your house.
But she surprised me. She said that she doesn't want to have to stay home from school tomorrow. Like she wants to go to school. Which is cool because it used to be the other way around, you know.
She used to really hate school, huh?
Well, I don't know if she hated it, but just, you know, because, you know, she struggles with learning some things, you know, and I think it used to be. I imagine it used to be frustrating for her because she knows she's trying to learn, but she just doesn't get it, you know. But I think things are probably clicking better with her now. It seems, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So she's I think now she's just enjoying being there more.
I don't know if this is gonna stay. The little friction hinge on this thing.
But as a parent, though, hearing my kids say, "God, I hope I'm not sick tomorrow because I want to go to school," is like, wait, what? I mean, especially from a 12-year-old, you know what I mean? It's just like, wait, you want to go to school tomorrow? I said, well, don't worry. As long as you're not fevery, you'll be okay. A little sniffle is not going to keep you away from school, you know.
Some kids love school, you know. I liked school at the beginning, and then
it depended for me.
Well, one of the problems is I started my school curriculum in regular old public school.
Yeah.
First grade. And my mother, you know, she's borderline conspiracy, and no lie, I'm actually kind of right there with her. There are some serious problems with the public school system.
I can agree.
And whether you want to go in the conspiracy realm or not, the one thing that you absolutely have to agree is that the public school system is burdened with things that probably aren't really supposed to be in the public school system. It's like, look, that's a parent's responsibility to teach. It's a boys and girls club or a church or a mosque or a synagogue.
Whatever.
Figure out, you know, it's a religious situation. That is not something you dump on a school teacher. You know? I mean, especially when you have so many different views, you know? Right. I mean, even look at you and I mean, like conservatively, sure, we're kind of close, but you and I have different opinions on things just based on, you know, I'm heavily religious. You are not so much, right? And so it's like we have different opinions. And then you throw me and a Muslim. It's like, okay, so what values are you going to teach, right? Well, we're going to teach this value. It's like, no, amazing. You've managed to offend both me and my Muslim friend.
Right.
Well done.
Thanks.
Well done. How about this? How about we don't teach that class? How about we just get rid of that class and my Muslim friend will teach their morals and I will teach my Christian morals and we'll just leave that out of the school thing, the public school system to teach that should be in other realms.
Right.
Boys and Girls Club, church, family, whatever.
They just teach
local mafia
what needs to be
chapter
taught in school. Reading, writing, arithmetic, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
just keep it simple. Let families and other organizations teach other things, you know, to keep it simple, I think. But anyway.
Particularly in controversial areas.
I mean, sports and stuff are fine, band, that's all important because you're learning performance arts, you're learning physical stuff. I don't have any problem with that, but just like
when it comes to the academics, yeah, it needs to be science, math, history, that kind of stuff, and not flavored or colored politically or religiously.
Definitely. If it
like
is
that,
a hot topic of the day, stay away from it. You know.
Just teach the fact. Whatever the fact is. Yeah.
So how did we get on that? Oh, I was talking about. So my mom's kind of like that, and I'm kind of there with her. It's like I think there are things that are being taught in school there are some that I fully disagree with. It's like don't teach my kid that, and some that I'm just like that's not the school's job. That should stay home. Right. Well, where will they learn that? Well, maybe they won't. And then what will happen? Well, then my kid will be better off than them, and that's good for my kid. It's kind of cold and heartless. Yes, it is. So in second grade, I went to an alternative school, and alternative school, I mean, that's just, it is what it is, right? Alternative school. Well, in this case, it was a small schoolhouse. Right. There's 35 kids from grades 1st grade to 8th grade when I started. That was it, right? So there's not a lot of kids. And because of that, you didn't slow down for anyone.
Right.
So if you were really good in a subject, you just scorch. And if you sucked at a subject, well, they had to push you to get you to grade level. But the other thing is you weren't slowing anybody else down either. As opposed to so I did that, and then I was homeschooled for a few years. But when I rejoined the public education system, I stopped learning because, I was just pushed. And it's like, go, 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 go. And book smarts is something I'm good at. And so they just kept pushing along, and I got to high school, and we're reading. I'm like, it drove me nuts listening to kids read. I would ask to leave. Teacher's like, you can't leave. It's like, please, you don't understand. I'm suffering here. I'm physical ailments from listening to Tom read, or not read, as I would call it. I don't know what you call that, but that's not reading. And then the Tom. The word is the. How old are you? 16. Oh my gosh.
To head.
Please let me leave. Please let me leave. Don't make me stay in this class. What's up, Nathan?
What's up, Nathan?
Let's go back to regular cam. Say hi to Nathan so he can see our beautiful faces.
Red cam.
Red cam.
With it on the way.
One day we're gonna have a production crew and millions of dollars, and we'll all be cool.
No, we won't.
We'll be like have faith, man. Don't be shining your grim, drooly light of reality on my bright, silvery cloud of happiness and joy. All right, so the truth is, this is about what it's gonna be for the rest of our lives. We're just gonna be me, you, Nathan, Jade. With some irregularity, kind of late. Nobody helping us switch between cameras.
Arms and stuff in the way, off face right there at the camera.
Now I want to leave. I need to go home.
Hold on, man. I got to figure this out. It's like, wow.
You guys seem extra spunky. We're totally spunky. I don't know. It's been a good day. Had a great concert last night with my kids. They did a really good job. Timo was a great performer. Jaime just really plays really well. His performance acumen leaves something to be desired. I mean, seriously, man, the kid's playing ragtime. Da 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 da, and he's like, and then he's like,
he's yawns on the stage.
What are you doing? So his piano teacher, right? We rehearsed in like around noontime before the concert. And she's like, no scratching, no touching, don't pick your nose. You can't do that. He did not do that. He didn't scratch his ears. He didn't pick his nose. He didn't touch his head.
He ripped one.
He did not. He's done that in church, though. By the way, I know exactly how well a fart goes over in church. It's fine. Nobody reacts.
Like, everybody no one cares.
Everybody just sits there and just pretends nothing happened.
If it was you, there might be a different reaction.
Yeah, that's true, because my whole church knows Jaime, and they just laugh at it. This is the same church that Jaime comes wandering around the corner. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? And I came down later, and there's 5 women cackling. You should go see your son. What are you? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Didn't he drop like an F-bomb or something one time?
He did, and I almost put him through a wall. That one, so
Like it was at church, wasn't it?
oh yeah, it was at church. I forget what he said. No, he said GD.
Oh.
And it's
I guess
Jaime
the church
doesn't.
isn't so cool with that. Is
No,
it?
taking the Lord's, that's probably the one where you cross over the line. So orthodoxy doesn't get too wrapped around the axle with foul language. Now, you're not going to hear a priest swearing during the sermon, right? That's not going to happen. But they don't freak out. Like in some of the Protestant churches I've been in, it's like, I heard a word. It's like, I'm in the Navy. I know more words. You want to hear all of those?
Your head will spin.
I'm in a bad mood today. Leave me alone, you judgmental witch.
Of course, that's not what you really said, though.
No, I was nice to her. Fart in church goes about as a turd in a punch bowl.
Yeah.
You know, leave it to Nathan to just take it to the next level.
Floater in that big old punch bowl.
Why are we talking about this? This is
revolting.
It's revolting.
It is kind of gross. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Where are you going? I have a thing. We planned this for months. Yeah, it came up. Dust bunnies. Sudden dust bunnies.
everywhere.
Under the porch. You have to, what? Yeah, right now. I gotta go.
Makes me think of the old.
Don't look in the punch bowl.
Makes me think of the old phantom poopers on the ships, man. That was gross, too.
That is gross. I
You're
mean,
like-
that is just.
You're like tired, you're sweaty, you just come off the flight deck, you're like, man, I want to go get my cold saltwater shower, and you're like, oh, come on! You know?
Yep. Wake up the whole birthing. I don't know who did it. I'm just gonna start beating people till someone fesses up. Yeah, I never understood. I just don't understand people like that.
Yeah, there was
Some
two,
people are
there were
remarkably nasty.
two types of people on the ship that I despise: the phantom poopers and that son of a that would throw a chemite in the water on the freaking clock at like 2 a.m.
Oh yes,
Causing
that's
that man overboard. You know?
let's wake up the whole.
It
ship.
was like a week straight. Somebody was dropping chemites in the water like 2
Oh,
in the
really?
morning. And after the third one, like even the commanding officer was like, "We're gonna get this." Remember, you know, he was cussing on the wind and sea because he was pissed too, you know. And they finally
Guess
caught-
who
they
else has
finally
to
caught
wake
the
up?
guy,
It's
yeah.
not like the CO gets to sleep through that.
Right.
That is an
Oh,
all hands
yeah.
event.
No, he's responsible for the whole ship, so he's up.
Yeah. It's like this one you're awake for. In fact, most of the big ones the CO's awake for. I mean, some of the stuff he sleeps through. But
Yeah, he was. You could tell he was pissed just by his tone of voice and the language he used over that.
well, you know, the thing is that is really, it's dangerous.
Oh yeah,
You know, in fact, I am quite certain that.
you're about to boil that thing, man.
Yeah, it's
I
getting
can hear that change, like you know, you're filling your gas tank up and you
Mm-hmm.
it sounds different because it's
Yeah.
about to finish. Yeah,
All right, well,
that's kind of what I'm hearing now.
So anyhow, but I was on one cruise where we killed a guy. It wasn't cruise, it was Com2X, you know, the exercises.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And we killed a guy, and basically he was just exhausted. And it was the guy that drove himself underneath the drop tank and cut his head in half. Yeah, it was. I've seen a lot of blood because I'm a hunter. Wow, that was a lot of blood.
Oh, this was the
everywhere.
ARS, wasn't it? He
Mhm.
drove into the turbine, huh?
Yeah, and it was because of where they had the joystick on the tug. So when it hit, it pushed him over on it and oh yeah, it was not good. Anyways, but the thing is that part of it was bad joystick placement, and the next cruise I went on, that joystick was moved.
Yeah.
And the other thing that happened is that all the drills on that Com2X, all the drills happened from 8 to 5. Good hours for the inspection team.
Right.
You know, sons of bitches. Okay, so we're PG. But really, so night check would work all night. They'd go to bed at 7, and then they'd wake up at 8, and they'd stay up till noon.
Doing drills, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so,
You definitely have a boil.
Yep.
Look at that.
That's almost textbook, like right out the gate. Give it a minute to calm down, though.
Right.
And I'm doing good today.
That's one thing I liked about being, squadron was like we would get exempt from the drills.
Mm-hmm.
Certain drills, not all of them, but certain drills. It's like, no, this guy works the flight deck. He is not going to get up and play drill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we had some ships where there was a lot of fighting going on between squadron COs and ship department heads and the ship CO. Not so much the ship CO, but it's like, hey, my guys should not be part of your guys' games.
Right.
That is a DC game that my squadron will never be part of. It's not like firefighting. It's like if the ship's on fire, everybody's a firefighter.
Yeah, we're going to be on the flight deck fighting fires, not in spaces fighting fires.
Yeah. So, wow, I think that's really good. I think just leave it just like that. Okay, what do I do now? I get my hops. Well, first
put your hops. You put your
hops in.
Put your hops in.
Oh no, that's not quite enough room.
Move the other thing. Or I could have gone for you.
I'm just gonna destroy your whole garage.
Dancing with all my boxes.
You do have quite a few boxes.
I know. I think I'm making a dump run tomorrow to take all those to recycle, the big recycle place for boxes and stuff. I'm gonna get rid of a good chunk of those. Some of those I need because I'm selling 2 guitars and an amp.
Well, yeah.
So at least one amp. I might even sell a second amp. Well, I do want to sell that Mesa Boogie, that combo amp. As far as like heads go, like this the head. I'm selling one for sure, possibly a second head, and I want to sell that 2x12 Mesa Boogie.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I kind of half heard what you were just saying. I got that. I understand though. Boxes for guitars that you're gonna sell, and then you're gonna sell some heads.
Yeah. Well, no, one head, maybe 2 heads, and then that combo. I don't want to sell that where I have to ship it. I'm gonna put local pickup only because that thing weighs like 400 pounds.
Yeah, it's gonna be like $300 in shipping.
Like,
something crazy.
Like if somebody wants to pay for the shipping, it's like, all right, I'll take it down there and you pay for it. Otherwise, it's like, I'm not messing. Yours was in the bag, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it says Jamey, and I know what I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to have Cascade. So
Gotcha.
I know what my hops are. And the Northern Brewer and the other one are yours.
Yeah.
So,
but the head, that box over there, head came in. I have another box back there, head came in. That's the original factory box for one of the heads I'm selling. So
the one that says angle on it.
Yeah.
Is it for an angle head?
Yes, that's the one I actually bought from Zach originally, but I don't use it anymore. I just don't play it.
Well,
I'm just gonna sell it, So might as well.
All right, throwing in the hops. There they go. Now we'll set the timer. I'm even remembering to do all these things. I am so proud of myself. All right.
Yes, you can have a cookie. Good job.
I'd rather have a beer. Oh, look, here's one.
Ooh, that's about 20 minutes remaining on my steep, so we're doing all right. It's gonna be kind of close. I still have 20 minutes, and you're just barely now getting started. So,
well, you have 20 minutes on your steep.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, you have to get
to
boil.
I gotta get to boil.
I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right. A little close.
It'll be close, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So yeah, it was just funny. Jaime with the yawning. Going back to the concert thing. It's like he didn't pick his nose. He didn't scratch his ears. But he definitely yawned. And not just once.
Yeah.
It was like every song. And how you can yawn while playing at breakneck speed, I don't quite understand.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But his fingers are just on, and it wasn't like he was bored. It was like he just couldn't, because he was trying to stifle them. You can see it's just like, which made it even more obvious that he was yawning. It's like, dude, just yawn quickly and get it over with.
Got her done.
Oh, we have a mystery viewer.
Mystery viewer.
Yeah, Jade, Nathan, and someone else.
Ooh, hello, mystery viewer.
Wait, maybe I'm the mystery viewer.
Wait, yeah. There's only 3 people viewing.
There's 3 people.
That's
There's 3 people.
That's you.
Okay, never mind. That's me. That's right. Analytics is hard, man.
Yeah, we don't. Some of the older viewers, we don't see them anymore either. We never see my nephew anymore.
Well,
Maybe not never ever, but rarely, you know.
yeah, but come on, man. How old was he?
Yeah, but still, I think you got a kick out of the show, you know.
All right,
He wasn't in
yeah.
for the beer. He didn't care about the beer, you know.
No, I think he liked to heckle us.
With heckle us.
More than welcome. But then again, what's his life like?
He's
you know.
busy, yeah. After they
That's the
moved.
thing,
When they
life's
moved,
changed.
so they moved, you know.
You know, even us, like, you know, we've got guys that there are YouTube channels that I subscribe to and used to watch them all the time.
I haven't watched.
And now it's like the notification comes up. I'm like,
Well, for mine, some of them have turned me away because what used to be like good, informative, educational content, it turned to clickbait stuff. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're
or
not.
just at least interesting. Maybe not like super educational.
Yeah, it
but
turned
just,
into clickbait
or
rant
honest.
and raves about stuff. I'm like,
today I talk about this amp.
right.
It's like, okay, instead of, you'll never believe what this amp sounds like.
That right
It's
there.
like-
It's like, don't even care anymore.
It's like,
You know?
yes, I will. You know, instead of, you know, it's like ride for the Tim. Pale ale, resurrection ale. Not like, we brewed a beer in the ice cold and you won't believe what happened.
Right.
What happened?
We made beer.
We made beer.
Yeah.
You know, that's the root. We just needed you to come in. We wanted to get you here, you know. It's like used car salesman techniques.
Yeah.
Anything to get them in the door, and then once in the door, maybe you can shellac them. Shellac. So, yeah, I agree with you, and you're right. But you know, some of the guys that I follow have done that too. You know, same idea.
I think what happens is they run out of ideas, or they like experiment with a clickbait thing, and then it works. And then they just keep going, and it works, you know, for the most part, and they just keep going with it. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, everything has seasons. I mean, very few shows go for years and years and years. Right? And that's what this is, right? This is a talk show, if you think about it. All right, like, just define what we do.
Right.
We sit, we talk, we chat with our audience, right? Like, literally,
We just
This
happen to
is
be brewing beer at the same
Donahue.
time. Donahue. What?
Well, or Dr. Phil, but we're smarter than Dr. Phil. Pick one. I mean, we're not Jerry Springer.
No.
I mean, sometimes when the camera's off and you got to boil over, yes, we're very close to Jerry Springer, but not on camera. We're very in
There
control.
you go, baby daddy.
2-row malt.
And then like the other malt comes into the side stage, you know, the
6-row.
6-row comes in. No, I'm your daddy, you know. That's stupid. Wow, that's getting dumber and more.
Yeah, we are just not going in a good way with this. But seriously, I mean, it's a talk show, right? We talk. We talk. That's what we do. We talk.
We talk.
And I mean, there's no plot. It's different every time we come on. Who knows? Sometimes we're cranky because things were wrong, because we're not that professional. We're kind of transparent. It's like, we're honest with you. It's like, hi, we both had bad days. We don't know how this show's going to turn out.
I'm in a pissy mood today.
Pissy mood, just want to let you know. No, I'm not putting it aside. If I was making $1,000 a show, yes, I would be smiles and grins all the time. Yes, hello, welcome.
In fact, I lose $1,000 a show.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're burning your electricity, using your water. This is very expensive for you. You're a good friend.
Thanks.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I
The electricity's probably like, what, 0.03 cents?
probably. It's not much.
Really, I think.
I mean, it is a racket, the utility system around here, but I don't think us using the garage lights is burning that much electricity, you know.
No, lights on the computer and this, no. That's
Plus, these bulbs are all those fancy
LEDs, nice
LED
ones.
bulbs, that barely use any juice kind of thing.
I like those. I have those at home.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like they took a huge bite. I think places where you'll really improve your electric bill is washers, dryers,
Oh, yeah.
dishwashers, anything with an electric motor, anything that creates heat. So like in
Like
your case,
chest
baseboard
freezers
heating,
and refrigerators.
chest freezers and refrigerators, those
Baseboard
things.
heating, yeah.
hmm
I hate that baseboard.
Garage motors. I mean, not that that's a huge thing because it really runs very little.
Very rare, yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's not like the door is open every day. It's open.
right? But like the dryer or the washing machine, that motor's running for an hour.
Especially the dryer, man. Burn.
Plus, it's generating heat. It's running a motor and it's generating heat. You know, so yeah, those things you can get energy efficient ones of those.
Right. For a while now, I've been washing my clothes on cold to try to use less energy because it's not using the hot water from here, keeping the hot water heater moving. You know, I don't know if it's made a difference or not. I don't think it has, but I've been doing the little thing I can because electricity around here is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, the thing here is utilities.
Just the water bill.
Jeez.
If you're in the city limit, you have the most BS water bill I've ever seen, man.
Mine was $100. I had a $2 and something use charge or something. It's like nobody is in, you know, because of my mother-in-law's house, right? It's like nobody's in that house. How can I have a use charge?
Use charge. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we use a little water, but you say do you get tagged with usage?
Mm-hmm. Mine's about $26
Okay.
a bill.
All right, maybe.
Now, if you are over there and you flush the toilet or something, then you're gonna get usage.
Right, but it's like it just seemed like it was just irritating.
No,
it wasn't a lot of money.
Where they really get you in the drive-through is the sewage bill and the storm drain. The storm drain alone is like $102, man. And then the sewage is like another $90 on top of that. And like my usage is like I said, it's like average is like $26, $28 a month. So we're not consuming a lot of water. I mean, just regular daily use, showers and cooking and stuff, but we don't water the grass. We don't do anything like that, you know. But man, they get you as the other little ancillary charges on there.
I had a guy work for me. I don't know if you know him. No, he never worked for you. His name was Hinojosa, right? AM3. What?
I know Hinojosa.
Francisco?
Yeah.
When did you work with him? Was he in 129?
He was 129.
Oh, okay. I met him at like 140 or something. Anyways, Hinojosa. I don't know if he made chief. He retired. You got to follow him on Facebook. So I know he retired. He went up and out, but I don't know if he made chief or not.
I don't know either.
Not uber important, but when he was third class, or maybe he was an airman. Anyways, he was looking. He moved out in town. He's looking at all these people's lawns. He's like, I'm gonna have a nice lawn. So he watered his lawn and got like a $400 water bill. He's like, that thing's dying. Brown is a good color.
Yeah, I don't know. My neighbor down that way, on that little side street with one house on it, he's got like a putty green lawn, man. I don't know how he does that, unless he just has a lot of money.
You know, some people it's worth it for them.
He keeps his lawn short and it's like short, tight grass, you know, like putty green grass, you know.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, because that does require.
And it's always green all year round. It's green, man. Yeah.
I don't know. I know. I don't care about lawns too much. I'm much more into pastures.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the grass is cut, I don't care about it. I don't care about watering it, you know, because Pacific Northwest, plenty of water hitting the grass all year long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like, there might be like a couple weeks where it kind of gets brown.
During the summer, you know, but still, that doesn't kill it off. It just
kind of goes dormant. The roots are fine.
Yeah.
You know, and as soon as the water hits it again, back to it.
Yeah. I mean, all it takes is one rain and the grass is instantly back to green again. You know. You know, like where I'm from in the Southwest, that's a little different. You go months and months without water, man, without rain.
Oh, down there you have gravel lawns.
Yeah. A lot of people do that. They do the.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, you know, and further south, down in some of the tropical zones, people have gravel and sand lawns not because of water, but because it's easier to see a venomous snake on gravel than it is in long grass.
Oh, absolutely.
It doesn't stop the phone, Steve.
It does in my world.
Okay, you live in a special world. So yeah, it just makes sense you know, it makes sense to not have grass because last thing you need is rolling across some sort of highly venomous snake from the jungle that you couldn't see,
Right.
you know, because it's hidden in the grass. And then in places, you know, down in Arizona, just where water is a commodity, it's like, you know, why don't you plant some cactus? You can make cactus look good. Plant really tall ones that always they look kind of like this, you know, the whole, what are those? The swaharos, sagararo, something row. I'm about to pick up my phone and figure this one out.
Yeah, I don't remember. I need to make a call.
Oh, all right. Something important has happened. All right. Oh, a nature call.
That kind of call.
Let's find out about this cactus, people. This cactus is important to know about. Cactus. What should we put in for a thing? Let's just go tall cactus. The answer is Peruvian apple cactus. $160.65. What? That's not right. 15 tall cactus plants with names. There it is. Saguaro. Saguaro. Saguaro cactus. Those really tall, funny looking ones. Tree-like cactus species in the monotypic genus Carnegie that can be over 40 feet tall, native to the Sonoran Desert in Arizona, the Mexican state of Sonora, the Whipple Mountains, and Imperial County areas of California. The saguaro blossom is the state wildflower of Arizona. Its scientific name is given in honor of Andrew Carnegie. Its scientific name is Carnegie gigantea. And wow. And it was designated, let's see, the Saguaro National Park near Tucson, Arizona was designated to help protect this species and its habitat. So anyways, my point is throw a few of those in your yard. Grass is always greener when your neighbors have more money. Good point. Good point indeed.
Okay.
Nathan says the grass is always greener when your neighbors have more money.
That's a true statement there. I like that.
So yeah, plant a couple of saguaro cactuses in your front yard.
Saguaro, that's a
Saguaro.
Is that the one, are those ones that are like this?
Yep, they're they're always like when you see them painted in like those real like two-dimensional paintings that are not real detailed.
Right.
It's one is always down and one is always up, and then they've got the one in the middle, like a person doing this.
Right. All right. How we doing?
But serious, throw those few of those in your yard. Some nice big boulders,
Oh yeah.
gravel. Looks nice.
And a yucca.
And a yucca.
Yucca plant, the tree. I can't remember the tree or
I
not.
think it's a plant. Yeah, and if things go south, you can eat the yucca plant.
Yeah.
You can actually eat the cactus too. Cactus is edible.
I've had prickly pear.
So have I. It was not delicious. I don't know. Maybe you had a different
I
experience.
remember. I've had
Well,
both
did you have the little prickly pear fruit, or did you cook the prickly
Well, I've
pear?
had both. The
The big
little
flat
fruit,
disc.
The little fruit makes like I've had like a prickly pear jelly with that, like a jam jelly.
Uh-huh.
And then sometime I had the flat green part.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how it was prepared though. But you can eat it.
Mine was just like cooked, like
Yeah.
steamed or something. It was not amazing. But for the most part, most plant matter is not amazing unless you help it. It needs a lot of help. It needs animal products like butter or baking grease.
Bacon grease. Hey.
Or just
3 minutes.
steak. Just steak next to it that helps it.
You know, I'm not a fan of steak, man.
Really? Do you not like steak?
Well, no, I'll eat a steak, but I'm not like, yes, we're having steak. I mean, I like big pork cutlets or chicken on the grill, but
Okay.
steak is, I don't know, man. Steak's not one of my favorites. It's more secondary for me.
I will definitely not go across broken glass for steak. I'm not that interested in it. I don't know what my
Like
favorite.
like Brandy though, she's like, I mean, the steak to her is just like, oh my god.
Yeah, Wendy thinks steak is the ultimate food source.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, we're having steak. You know, part of that's because steak is expensive, and
Yeah.
so it has, like, beyond the flavor thing, it has this statement about it.
Right.
It's like, we had steak, so we splurged. And I'm just like, PBJs are pretty good too. They're fast and they're cheap. Just saying, as the guy who pays for everything.
PB&J again.
I don't know.
Just for one more month, we'll be okay.
Yeah. The truth is that I am more of a pasta person.
Mm-hmm. I like pastas, yeah.
Yeah, I like pastas and creamy sauces. I like dairy products a lot. I can just skip the meat altogether, which is not to say I'm vegan. No. Nor am I vegetarian.
No way.
Not even close.
No offense to
But I'm just like,
it's just not my thing.
I'm just like, if there's just no meat with this meal, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I also like animals that I grow myself. So I like rabbit because I did all the work to grow the rabbit.
Right.
Process the rabbit and cook it up, and I like rabbit. I like chicken. I like steak. I like it all. Not a big pork fan, but mainly because it's really dry.
Yeah, that's why when I do pork, I do it very carefully so it doesn't get dry.
I will say, I do love bacon.
But yeah,
I mean,
I've had some pretty nasty, gnarly,
dry
pork chops. It's like, what did you do?
Like Wendy gets really excited about pork roast. She calls it pernil, which is just a Spanish word for pork roast.
Okay.
And she thinks that is a very special thing. She's like, oh, it's pernil, baby. I was like, yeah, cotton in the mouth. It's tasty, but it's cotton in the mouth. It's just like, I don't like
Done right, it won't be. It'll be moist, pretty moist.
It's like peaches. You're just like, I can't. Somebody peel that for me.
Like, it's furry.
It's the fuzzy part. Because do you ever get that? You bite the peach and you got to get past the fuzz and you're just like,
You know what the solution for that is, right?
Peel the peach?
Well, right, but there's an alternative peach-like fruit you can eat.
Apricots? Mangoes. No, not mangoes.
No.
Nectarines.
Nectarines.
Okay, nectarines. I should go with nectarines.
They're the shorn version of the peach.
The bald peaches.
Bald peaches,
Bald peaches.
Yeah, nectarines, to me, it's like a peaches without the fuzzy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
So same family of tree, I believe.
Stone fruit. In the beer world, it's stone fruit.
Stone fruit, for exotic flavors.
Which is so weird. It's like, because there's so many flavors in that group. It's like this
Which
thing,
one is it?
this yeast produces flavors of stone fruit. Which one?
What, granite? Shale? What are we talking about here?
Quartz? Marble? No, but like there's peaches and nectarines, right?
Right.
And tangerines. I think those are a pit. It's all the fruits that have a pit, right?
Well, tangerines are like an orange.
Okay, so not tangerines, but nectarines and peaches, right?
Yeah.
But
they
then-
never have a pit.
But then also there are freaking cherries, plums, which taste nothing like peaches and nectarines.
No,
Nothing.
Not at all.
You know what else is a stone fruit? Mango and papaya.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
not papaya. Maybe
Mango
papaya.
for sure. But
Mango.
papaya,
I don't know about papaya. Maybe that's a kind of carrot. I don't know. No, papaya is.
No,
not a
papaya's
carrot.
got a bunch of seeds in the middle, like small seeds.
Isn't that a pomegranate?
Well, there's that too.
We are very knowledgeable people, by the way.
Pomegranate has a lot of seeds in the middle as well.
That's true. Hassan Pfeffer Alfredo is absolutely. You can make Hassan Pfeffer Alfredo? That never even struck me. Wow!
Hassan Pfeffer.
Dude, so Hassan Pfeffer takes a little work to make. It's like soured rabbit or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like a one-day meal. It's like you start this the night before or something. It's a little, but Hassan Pfeffer Alfredo sounds amazing. I am going to look into this because I have rabbits. I'm going to make this winter. Although I gotta admit, if it takes me more than a day and a half to make a food, its likelihood of showing up again is pretty low, unless it's amazing. It's like, what happened? Well, I ate this and my hair was more luxurious. I grew half an inch. My blood pressure went down 14 points. My car got better gas mileage. Are you going to make it again? Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a German dish that I've been wanting to make for a while called Jaeger Schnitzel.
Jaeger Schnitzel?
Yeah, it uses a pork cutlet as
Right.
its main meat.
And Jaeger is just hunter.
Yeah. It was actually not a fancy deal. It's kind of been fancified over.
You got a little string there, and it's going to end up in your beer, and you are going to not like get upset, but you're going to be like, "What is that? What is that?" I just know you. I know you. It'll be there, and you'll be like, "I gotta get it out," and you won't be able to. Hassenpfeffer. I'm going to look this up. That sounds really good. Hassenpfeffer Alfredo. I can remember how to spell Hassenpfeffer. There it is. Oh, one S. Fettuccine Alfredo, Alfredo sauce, Alfredo. This is something that you invented on your own, isn't it? Kitchen Killers? Is this a Kitchen Killers specialty, man? Because all I'm getting is Hassenpfeffer.
Oh, Hassenpfeffer. Every
Right.
time I hear Hassenpfeffer, I think of the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yep, so do I. And at the end, it's a carrot. Hassenpfeffer is a traditional Dutch and German stew made from marinated rabbit or hare. Cut into stewing meat-sized pieces, braised with onions and a marinade made from wine and vinegar. Ooh, description. I thought that was the description. Hasse is the German for hare, and Pfeffer is German for pepper. Although in the culinary context, it refers generically to the spices and seasonings in a dish overall. Are you getting a super... Oh, no. You're just dealing with the foil.
Just put a tab on there. You know? Seriously, thank you. Just a little tab. That's all you gotta do.
That's it. Come on. Tab. Tab on the foil thing so we can pull. How hard is this? Everyone else does it.
Come on, Breeze. Really?
So Pfeffer, P-F-E-F-F-E-R, Pfeffer is generically it's like all the spices and seasonings. Like there are German ginger cookies called Pfeffernüsse. So yeah, you wouldn't put a lot of pepper in ginger cookies.
Probably not a good idea. Yep. Oh, really?
What? Ah, sticky!
Look at the way it landed.
How did it land? On the floor. Okay.
With it down, you know.
So in the Netherlands, the dish is often made with some added ontbijtkoek. If we have any people who watch from Holland, the Netherlands, Dutchland, whatever you want to call yourself,
Dutchland.
could you maybe DM us and spell that one phonetically? Ontbijtkoek. I'm pretty sure I am not saying that right. That can't be right. Anyways, give some extra flavor and texture. Well, that's
Sticky
great.
time.
In Netherlands, the dish is often made with some added ontbijtkoek, also referred to as pepperkoek, to give the stew some extra flavor and texture. Whereas in Germany, ginger cookies, called Pfeffernüsse, are generally used instead. Okay, so apparently we do put the ginger cookies into the Hassenpfeffer. In popular culture, there it is, the Looney Tunes.
Right. All right. One down.
Anyways, I'm going to look up a recipe for this. Okay, so no, just a concoction me and my stepdad have made for the last 20 years. Yeah, so I'm going to give it a shot. So do you put Alfredo sauce? So you make the Hassenpfeffer, the whole Hassenpfeffer stew thing, and then make the Alfredo sauce and the pasta, the linguine. I think it's linguine, right? Or is it fettuccine? It's one of the Eenies. Not the Eddies, the Eenies. In Italy, there are Eddies and Eenies when it comes to pasta.
Idly.
Italy. That's a joke.
I was like, really? Making a mess.
Wow, this is like entertaining. This, holy crap, dude!
I was trying to pick up that stupid.
Would you like? I am not mopping the garage today.
I'm gonna mop it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, dude. We've had better days.
It's all right though. Not the end of the world.
Just don't step in it,
Or and track into the house, because that's what would happen to me probably.
right?
Yeah, I definitely need to go clean up after this.
All right. Yep. Whatever noodle you want, but basically stewed rabbit with Alfredo. Man, I'm gonna try that. That sounds wonderful. It really does. So I make something called well, the name is exactly what it is: stewed rabbit and coconut milk. And the stewing of the rabbit's real easy. Just salt, pepper, chicken stock. I use diced tomatoes in the can and I don't drain them, right? And then some water to make sure it's all covered. And then throw basically a whole bunch of peppers in, as much as you like. I use all the colors, so red, yellow, green, and orange. Throw it in there, let it cook for like 5 or 6 hours on low heat. And then you take all the solids out and just the liquid, and then you reduce it down to about half. Debone the rabbit in the meantime, and then add enough coconut milk to bring it back to like a stew. And it's really good. But this Hassan pepper Alfredo, that sounds good. I'm gonna do this. So it is gonna be a little bit longer of a process because
Right.
that's like the coconut rabbit.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, man. Give it a shot. I'll let you try some. And then we'll report back to Nathan
Right.
on the 31st.
Ah.
All right, you know you're going to be upset if you dump that stuff all over your leg.
It
Watch it!
sure be. Gosh. I bet.
Pour it in the pot. In the pot. Put it in the pot now. It's been a hell of a night.
Oh, man, this crap's all of a sudden.
All over the hand.
Yeah, definitely gonna need to go.
Yeah, you're going to have
Wash
to.
up.
You know, do you have like a rag that you can get kind of wet?
Yeah.
Like a beat up t-shirt or anything?
There's all kinds of stuff back there. Like on the motorcycle.
Like this stuff?
Yeah.
What is this? This is a t-shirt. K and Associates.
It's rags.
Is this right? Okay. Sweet. I'm just thinking we really should get that before you step in it, because it's far enough out away from your pot
Right.
that it could happen. And I know you'll be angry if it does. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get this wet.
All right. Well, extra messy today. It's all right though. Jeez. Yeah, actually get my flamey going again.
I'm just seeing it turn into a disaster.
Yeah.
My face was down there, man.
Any eyebrows left? You all right there?
I'm good. My hat protected me. This is why we wear hats like this. Alright. Ooh, it's nice and warm under here.
Yeah, the heat's go up, not down.
Alright. There we go.
All right, now we're kind of.
Are you going to throw this away?
Yeah. Thank you for grabbing that stuff, man.
Oh man, I knew. Well, I just could see it. It was far enough.
You know?
Yeah, that was. It's like that is gonna happen.
Like stepping in dog crabs, really.
Yep,
running
exactly.
Dog crab.
Exactly
And
the
I go-
same
I
thing.
go tracking it in the house, and I get in trouble on that side as well. Like, what the heck?
Man, I got half an hour left. How are we so far ahead of the game? It's amazing.
Because you started before you even turned the camera on. You were already at the point of steeping,
I don't want to hear your
and that was
calm,
great. I like
clear,
that.
logical explanation of
We
how
should
this
do that
works.
every time.
Why are you so fast? Don't you enjoy like freaking out and doing things at breakneck speed? No, you don't. Never mind.
No, I don't. I like to do things in a calm, controlled, predictable manner.
I love reacting. I live on the edge
All
of
right.
excitement.
I need
Yeah,
to
go wash your hands.
Go wash up.
Now we're drinking Founders All Day IPA Session Ale because that's how Steve rolls. We need to look up a recipe for Hassenpfeffer. That sounds really good. Hassenpfeffer Alfredo. Some of the recipes for Hassenpfeffer I've seen are pretty involved. I mean, if it's just stewed rabbit, though, I mean, stewed rabbit's pretty easy. It just takes a while because, you know, rabbit, if you try and cook it too fast, it gets really tough and rubbery. You got to cook it. I found that no less than like 2 hours. That's about the shortest amount of time that you can cook rabbit. And even then, it can get a little tough. 4 hours is much better. Unless you want some chew to it, you know, you can dice it up like chicken. If you dice it up in little tiny cubes, you can fry it. But even then, you still gotta slow cook it a little bit to get it to relax. It just gets hard to chew. A little warm?
A little warm.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
I just want to make sure I'm not going to scorch the bottom of my pie. Almost every time I do that, a little scorch mark, whatever, it comes right off.
I think you have little hot spots on your pot.
I think so too.
I think I might have hot spots, but I don't know. I don't seem to have scorch problems. Although
This
I have.
is a very thin pot. Yours seems a little thicker, you know. All right. Yeah. Set my timer. We're good there. Oh, that's hopefully clean off your knife. And give that back to you. All right. Here we go, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, thanks for grabbing that mess, man.
Nope, I can see it happen. See, I'm just.
You're probably like preventing a storm later, you know.
Yes. That whole thing about controlled on the camera goes off, and suddenly we turn into Jerry Springer, but with none of the humor.
Right.
It's like all the evil, bad parts about Jerry Springer and none of the funny stuff. That's what happens in the garage. I'm like trying to crawl out. We don't even open the garage. I'm belly crawling. I gotta run. What happens? Steve's not in a good mood. Don't go in there.
Knocked over his thing. Good. We're all right.
It's all right. It's all right. But no, like I said, I just saw where it was, and I just like, no, that is guaranteed. It would have happened to me too if it was over here. I guarantee I would have stepped in
One
it.
of us would have stepped in it.
Like, darn it.
It's all right. Yeah, I noticed when I was setting up today, walking around kind of sticky, walking around getting the chair set up. I'm like, it's probably due for another mopping again. Like, who the hell mops their garage? This guy.
You do. But then again, who spills beer wort all over their garage every 2 weeks?
We do.
That's just cooking, man.
Yeah.
I tried to make applesauce in my wife's kitchen once, and I tried to be clean. Like I worked really hard to be clean, and her kitchen was destroyed.
Oh, jeez.
There was applesauce on the ceiling, applesauce on the
How
floor.
did you do that?
Because you boil it and it goes,
Oh.
and it all the way. It's like I will not be making.
Wait. How was that?
It's hard to do when you're grilling. Still can't do it. Hold on, I got this. I can do this.
Applesauce be like.
Are you seriously? You ever been to Yellowstone?
No, actually.
Oh man, you should go to Yellowstone.
cooking. They're happy.
Yeah, that's a worthy thing. But the mud pots.
Oh, right. Right. 'Cause all
Yeah.
that air coming up through there. And,
Yeah, because it's basically boiling mud, but when it pops, because it's not water, it has more of a,
Mhm.
it's got that sound to it. Well, applesauce is very much the same.
Yeah, it's got that thickness to it.
Yeah, it's got a thick viscosity
Yeah.
to it, and so it's plop, plop, plop. Yeah. But yeah, it was everywhere. It's like, oh, this is a disaster. By the way, I just finished that kitchen, so we will not be making applesauce in it for at least a year.
Right. Nothing that causes a mess is gonna be done in this
It's
kitchen.
like Wendy was frying bacon. He was like frying bacon and the fan wasn't on. I'm like, turn it up to power blast. The whole house just
like her hair is just like.
Yep, the house does this. Negative pressure inside
Oh,
it.
jeez.
There will be no grease in this kitchen. Timo was lighting a fire today because we have a fireplace in the kitchen. I know you know that, but not everyone
They don't
here
know
knows
that,
that. So anyways, we got the fireplace in the kitchen. Smoke. I'm like, Jaime, go open that door. Turning the fan on. Go open that other door. Are we heating the house up after all this smoke is gone? After the smoke is gone, we
That's
heat
what
the house.
Right.
The only thing we're paying for this wood is sweat and hard labor and losing a few pounds. So that's okay. It's not like we're paying money.
This is gonna be some good beer.
Rabbit is a super lean protein, so you have to add or impart as much flavor as you can, or it's just chewy and bland. You're right. And not only that, but there is such a thing as rabbit starvation. Because it is such a lean meat that it doesn't provide enough fat
Right. Which you
to
actually,
keep you going.
your body actually needs some fat. Yeah.
What we do, well, there are fat soluble vitamins that we
I see what you're
ingest.
saying.
And
Okay.
so if we don't have enough fat in our diet,
Right.
then we can't metabolize and utilize those vitamins either
Gotcha.
because there's not enough fat. Yeah, and they call it rabbit starvation. Now, here's the truth. No American, even the most broke American, is in danger of not having enough fat in their diet.
No kidding.
None of us. None of us are in danger of that.
That is true. True.
I mean, me, I could probably go many moons without fat. It's like, oh, you don't have enough? Nope, I got
I'm
enough
good.
fat. I can metabolize those vitamins right there. I'll just use some of this. I actually don't know how that works as far as like if your body would pull fat from, well, it will, but it's tricky because your body will go after muscle first.
Right.
You know, that's why a lot of people that do the starvation thing, they actually die of heart failure.
Oh.
Because the body eats their
Yeah.
heart, which is kind of creepy.
Yeah. Interesting song, though, right?
My body ate my heart.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Weird Al song, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine a melody for it, like in the style of like would it be a country swing kind of dun.
Totally Madonna.
Yeah.
Pop rock in the
Pop
key of
rock.
C.
In the KFC.
She sang everything in the key of C. There's some joke about that. I forget. Somebody was like just roasting Madonna in the song. Key of C and everything. was like key of C.
I'll joke aside. Is her music all KFC or?
I don't
or
know.
something, or-
I would have to. She doesn't move a lot.
Oh,
But the
okay.
truth is, nobody moves a lot. That's not 100% true. Classical singers move a lot.
Hmm.
They'll sing something in the key of F, and they'll sing something in the key of B flat, something in the key of E minor, and then G, and then you know, A minor and things. Classical musicians, because classical musicians sing classical music written by composers who choose these keys because they think they have some sort of emotional content. I mean, it's true. D minor is the saddest key. That's why metalheads love it, because they're all depressed, and then they claim
you know
they're
what,
not
man?
depressed.
More metal is written in A minor and E minor.
Still sad keys.
So sad keys, yeah.
The sad trio.
I mean, I can't back it up with any kind of statistics. But
Yeah, well, I can't back it up with anything. I just
But
said it to
a
provoke.
lot of metal. You listen to a lot of metal. It is A minor, E minor, dude. You know.
Well, and that's because those are easy keys to play on the
Easy work
guitar.
with. Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
and there's nothing wrong with that. But seriously, particularly in the pop world with untrained musicians. So we're talking untrained singers, right? So I don't know what Pavarotti's range is, but my range is, let's see. So I have 2 octaves plus about a fifth on the outsides of those.
Okay.
I can go from middle C to plus a fourth. 2 octaves plus a fourth. I can go from middle C on the piano. So if you're playing the notes on the piano, I can sing from that C up to the C above it, full voice, and it's loud. I mean, up there, the only way I can hit that is super loud, or in that the fluty head voice, right? That's the only way I get there, right? And only for a moment. You get 1 note per song. One per song. But I can get there, and then going down, I can go to the C below middle C, and then I can go to the G below that.
Oh, I see.
Now that is a good range. That is, and most of your pop singers don't have that range. Like a good singer who's not trained, you know, like someone from a church or whatever, someone in the choir, you know, a band who hasn't been trained, they won't have that range. A good singer will have an octave, you know, and it probably won't be C to C. It'll be like G to G or somewhere there, above and below, you know, depending, woman, man, whatever. Right. So that's a good range. So most like pop singers haven't had real professional training. Maybe when they get famous, they can afford to hire a vocal coach, and they get better from there. But still, they sing in the keys that they like. Country guys, bluegrass, tons of G. G is the key.
G is the key.
It is, and I mean, and they even have things. The G run, they
Yeah.
call it. I mean, these are riffs that bluegrass players know based on that, because so much bluegrass is written in that key.
That's why you see a lot of these capos on G, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And bluegrass, they do a lot of capoing because the style.
Well, it
If
makes it
you-
easier on your hands.
Yeah, if you
know?
want to change a key, you try playing bar chords,
Some weird,
these bar chord
finger
things
tie,
up
knot
here
tie, you know.
on an acoustic guitar
Oh yeah.
that's got an action that you could fit a quarter
Right.
between the string and the
Like
fretboard.
a 2-inch action. What?
Yeah. And we're not talking Ernie Ball number 8 Super Slinkies.
No.
No, we're talking Martin 8020 Phosphor Bronze 12s. You know,
I mean,
by the way,
they like hold bridges up with these strings, man.
yes, I mean these strings are like structural things. By the way, 12. What is that? Is that 120 thousandths, or is it 12 thousandths? How thick is 12? Because they're expressed in inches.
Yeah, it's probably thousands then. I'm guessing.
12 thousandths? It's not important. The point is, when we say 12s, I'm just talking for anybody who might be. For those who don't know guitar strings, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with the guitar. You've got your thin string and then down to the thick string. And a lot of times, guitarists will express their strings just by talking
In
about
string gauges, yeah.
about the thin string, and they'll say 8s.
When they say a 12, they're typically referring to the high E string.
Right, which is the first string.
Yeah, the first string.
So the first string, the skinniest string, but they'll say that. Instead of saying the whole range of strings, they'll just say, I play with 12s. And most other guitarists would know, so you play with fairly thick strings.
But then there would be a follow-up question, though, is that 12 to 56 or 12 to 60s? But, you know, because different guitarists use different bowing strings, depending on the tuning they're using. You know?
Right, but the point being is that we're talking just generic.
Yeah.
You know, without getting really deep into strings. It's just, okay, so you're playing with thicker strings.
Right.
If you say I play with 8s, it's like, oh, okay, those are super thin, super bendy. You know, you play with really thin strings.
Yeah.
That's just my point. And yeah, but Steve's absolutely right, because the gauges can differ within the 6 strings.
It is a very oddball set of strings. I use those Diodario 12s or 12 gauge strings, but they're known as Jazz Light.
Right.
And so I have
You
wound.
mentioned these.
I have a wound. The G string is actually wound, so I have 4 wound strings instead of 3 wound strings. You know, and because with this particular guitar, the reason I use these strings is it's tuned in C standard, so it's very. If I tried to use like 9s on it, it would be like playing slinkies. You know.
Yeah.
And so by using these 12 gauge, there's enough tension on it. The strings are actually, they feel like a standard tuned guitar, but I can have that lower tuning. And that wound G string has more tuning stability than just a regular non-wound G string at that lower tuning. It would be a thicker string. It would have to be a thicker string. And I used to use other non-wound G strings, and they'd sound like crap. They wouldn't stay in tune, man, more than anything. So,
You still streaming?
we're still streaming.
Yep.
Okay.
Family show. And we're expanding that from the fact that we try not to swear to the fact that Steve's family is part of the show.
Yeah, you can usually hear them in some form or fashion.
Sometimes they knock us out of the family show part of things.
Yeah.
Wallflowers. I got flowers. Somebody loves you.
Where'd you get those?
Lisa,
Lisa loves you.
Do you want me to grab you a vase there, Shorty?
please. Maybe the purple one, because it's.
When you actually drop some
that one's
songs
actually good.
we can listen
Thank
to,
you.
we will be the judge. Hey, you know what? They are coming. All right, look, I'm throwing this on you. Vocals for Drink 'Em All. We got to get that one out just so that we can shut Nathan up.
You have the vocals for it.
But I don't have your vocals.
Oh, my vocals. Oh,
Yeah,
well, I was completing that with not Drink 'Em All, the other one, the butt metal version.
Right, Better Beer Through Metal.
Yeah.
No, that one needs bass line and lead guitar and drums and a lot of work. All right, fine. We got to do this.
Well, Drink 'Em All is the closest one to being.
Well, that's done with the exception of the vocals. We get the vocals done, a little bit of mixing, and then we can play it as the intro. It'd be awesome. And then we will have 6 loyal viewers. I'll be very happy.
Come on, boil!
Boil! All right, so I got 11 minutes. You know what we need to do? Where is the wort chiller?
It's right there.
All right.
Shelf.
We're gonna send you to pot cam for a little bit, and in and out. And the other thing, we're probably going to find a spot to jump out because
It's gonna get crazy.
yeah, things are gonna get crazy. I am gonna. Okay, so now, well, you're not boiling yet, so you don't need
Not
to worry
quite
about it.
yet. I'm on the verge of boiling.
Watch me open this, and you instantly boil over. I don't really think that's gonna happen.
No, if anything, it's gonna prolong my boil because it's gonna get colder in here.
I'm sorry.
But I'm not gonna mess with my heat though, because the moment you might want to just take it up all the way, because you're gonna bang your head on it.
You know what? You have an excellent point there.
Yeah, I was like, seriously.
It's like every 2 weeks I do that. Ah, it hurts my neck. It hurts everything. It's not a pleasant experience.
No.
You know, you're a good friend for looking out for me like that.
I just know what happens because I've banged my head on it enough times. I know you have.
And it's like, because it's not the head thing, because it's got the little guard thing, and so
Right.
it's not that. It's the whole neck back thing.
Ah.
Ow. Okay.
All right, yeah, that's on the verge. Oh, I gotta measure out my stuff. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. I haven't adjusted anything, so.
That doesn't mean it couldn't suddenly boil, man. I'm watching it. I am not leaving this. I am not pouring that. This. It's moving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not exploding, but it's definitely moving.
No, it's.
Okay. Keep an eye on that.
As long as there's someone right there to react.
Someone needs to be close to you. I don't know why you are cursed. Why the beer gods?
I need my thing.
What is your thing?
My hops thing.
Oh, well, go get it.
Sorry, I'm starting to bubble. I'll just do without it.
No, go get it. I'll be right. Well,
It's fine.
You know what? Go get it under control and then come back and get your hops in. It can boil for a couple minutes without the hops in it. I do that because I just like to get my boil under control.
Yeah.
So yeah, get your boil, get it under control, and then go get the sieve or whatever you want to call it. The sludge control.
Actually, I'll do one better. Here we go. That's a nice rolling boil.
Yeah, I mean, things are under control here.
That's a little more of an aggressive boil now.
Okay. That's what I'm saying, you know, let it. Oh, you have a muslin sock.
Yeah, let's throw this in the sock. Throw it in the sack.
It'll have the same effect.
It will.
All right, 7 minutes.
There's one. There we go. All right. Tie this guy off. In you go. All right. Hops are in. Timer kicking off. All right, well that's going. Get down there. Oh. Just smack the. This might have to be refocused.
Oh, like when we switch back to normal cam.
Yeah. Prior cam might need a little tweaking. is right now. That's why you cleaned up a little bit.
Okay. Had enough time to go get the hose. Dark over here.
I have an app for that.
I got it.
Sure, I need to wash my hands anyway. I'll turn the light on for you. Okay.
Do you have an app for this?
Yes.
I will wait for you to catch up.
This guy, like, I'm full of air. Oh well, it's fine.
Well, most of the hops end up floating kind of in the top. Like if you look at mine over here,
Yeah.
I got all my hops are in the foam on top. It still does what it's supposed to do.
It's doing the job.
It's doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I was looking at, we mentioned 2-row and other things. We were being silly when we mentioned it, but oh wait, we got a comment. One day, I will find the time to come and meet you guys and hang out on a Sunday brew day. Dude, you would totally be welcome. We will get you in.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. You're like our #1 fan, really. First you, and then Jade. Then we got other people that pop in and out occasionally. In fact, when you don't show up, we're kind of sad a little bit. We sit and talk about the fact that you didn't show up for like at least half an hour after the broadcast. We have to drink more beer on those nights.
Mm.
You're very important to us. We have a connection with you now. However, you should DM Steve later in the Discord.
Huh?
About the whole meeting up thing.
Yeah, no, I sent him a DM.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, this is what's coming up. So,
Well, no lie, we're not like super cloistered. We're in the Pacific Northwest. But at the same time, man, there's cybersecurity. It is a really sad state of affairs that you got to be like that.
right.
It's like we're very careful where we show that. No lie. Careful where the camera swings around. It's like, because there's bad people in the world. There's bad people in the world, people. None of you. It's time! Dun, 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 dun. All right. So now kill the flame.
Kill it.
Go get my other hop. Throw it in there.
Oh, you're going to need a plug in here in a moment.
I am indeed.
There we go.
I just about put this empty bag back in your fridge. I'm like, why would I do that?
No, that's what my kids would do. It's empty. I'm going to put it back in the cupboard.
Right.
They'll take like the last granola bar and leave the empty little carton in there. The last whatever, they leave it in there. It's like, put it in the recycle bin, man.
It's like it's empty. Why did you put it back in? All right, there goes the last hops in at flame out. What do we call it? Also 0 minute.
0 minute.
All right, so You'll still be able to hear us off camera, but well, you've been watching PopCam for the last 3 or 4 minutes, anyways. So now it's time.
Time to
Steve.
chill the wort. Chill, brah.
Chill, brah. Take that off there.
You want gloves?
You know what? Actually, for when we start running the wort chiller, yeah, that'll work.
Jeez.
Perfect. Gloves. Okay.
I have a nice boil. I think we'll be okay. Because we're not opening and closing the door. It's stable, so.
And it's not windy, so all right. Go for it.
What's that?
I said I don't need the gloves right now because I don't. All right, water on. Water off. All right, water on.
I'm just gonna go watch my boil.
No,
To be safe.
absolutely, man.
Because I mean, it's a nice roller, but you never know, man. Things happen
Yeah, next thing you know, it's all over the.
all over the damn place. Here, let's change pot cam a little bit. Ah, there we go. A little more focus on this pot.
No reason to be focused on an empty burner.
Of course, I kind of positioned it where the steam is going right into the camera. I'm not sure if it's how good that's going to do.
I remember that first time I tried to show people the pot. The first thing I put it, and the first thing it did, it just fogged the whole camera. It's like,
Ah.
that was pretty damn funny.
All right. Yeah. Take care of business. Gotta rectify that.
Yeah, that's a serious problem. We need to fix that.
All right. The beer is full.
Thank you, sir.
Ish. You're welcome. What temperature are you going for?
80. Right?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the chill water's been in the fridge since like 1 o'clock. I mean, it's going to be cold.
Yeah, particularly since the chill water is cold and we don't.
Right.
But you're right. You know, you pay for this water, and that makes sense. You know, it's stuff that I don't think about because, you know, I got the well, and so I don't pay usage or sewage or any of that.
Yeah.
I just pay to get my septic system.
The more consumption you have, the more your sewage bill goes up for the city. Because they assume that it's all going down the drain.
Of course.
Of course, you know.
It's not true. We're drinking it, and then we're going to the neighbor's house and peeing. Okay, that's sub 80. Stay right there though. I don't really need a plug-in to do this.
Okay.
I can go do that. Actually, I lied because I'm gonna need to rinse it off and put it back in the sanitization type stuff. So I think a plug-in would be the easiest way to do that.
Yeah.
All right, water off. Water on. Water off. All right, now I don't need a plug-in. I do need to kind of rinse this excess foam out.
Oh, you don't like the extra foam?
You know, I'm with you on that whole theoretically it's not supposed to put any flavor in there. I just don't believe that. It looks like soap.
Okay, so Nathan's asking how cold we are to Colorado. It'd probably be if you were driving. It'd take probably most of the day to get here if you were driving. I can't tell you the distance. I mean, you know, maybe 1,000 miles. I'm not really sure.
What's that?
I think 1,000 miles might be too much. Nathan said his daughter is in Colorado. And he was curious how far we were from Colorado. And I was thinking like 1,000 miles. That might be too far though. I mean, my number might be too high for that.
No, I'm thinking 1,500 would be pretty safe.
1,500 from Colorado, really?
It's 600 miles to Missoula, Montana from right here.
Okay, because I know in one day of driving, we've left here and got into Colorado, but it was like all day, like 10 plus hours of driving. It was not fun.
Well,
he was talking like, you know, when he goes to visit his daughter, maybe you could swing by up here. But so.
No, man.
But it depends, you know, yeah, I don't know how far that would be. So you'd have to Google it out maybe.
Yeah, no, I would say you'd want a dedicated visit up here.
Yeah. You know what? We've driven between here and Texas. We've done 2 nights on the road. Spent 2 nights, 2 hotel visits, getting from here to El Paso.
That's a good stretch, man.
Yeah, it sucks. Like really sucks.
I've gone all the way across the U.S.
Yep.
Wheels rolling 24 hours a day, and it took I think 3 days is the shortest we've ever done, all the way across the U.S.
Why don't we wrap it up?
You want to wrap it up?
Because those stuff has got to come out. We got to get stuff out of the solution, and yeah, might as well wrap it up because we're going to be kind of all over the place now, and we need a clear path.
Yeah, I'm not against that.
So
I'm cool with that. Where we go? Oh, I'm not driving. Cheaper to fly.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, as far as a flight from Colorado, Yeah, 2-3 hours. I mean,
Oh,
it'd be
yeah,
like,
like-
Vip, you'd be right here.
Yeah, like Denver to here is like not even 2 hours, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
commuter flight.
Road to
So-
Seattle. I mean, it'd be it's a little more time to get up from where we're at, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you could fly into Everett.
Ever even Bellingham, yeah.
Yeah, which both of those would actually be better places to
Yeah.
fly into.
Instead of Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle, you're on the other side. If you fly into Seattle, you actually fly into SeaTac, which is an airport on the other side of Seattle from us, and you would have to go all the way through Seattle. And one thing about the West Coast, we don't know how to do traffic.
No.
Boy,
Especially
do we know.
merging. Good Lord.
No, we just don't. We don't know how to build systems that deal with traffic.
Yeah.
All right, but we are at the point where we're going to be running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Controlled chickens with their heads cut off, but chickens with their heads cut off nonetheless. So thank you very much for being here, Nathan. Thank you, Jade, and anyone else who watched on the replay and made it all the way to the end. Unless you skipped to the end and just happened to land on this point, in which case you get no points for that. No points for skipping to the end and hearing me do this spiel. That doesn't count. You got to watch the whole. I don't know how long was this. Oh, what are we at? Well, 2 hours.
2 hours.
We're 2 hours plus. So, anyways, like we always say, relax.
Don't worry. Got a mouthful.
Relax. Don't worry. Have a
Have a
homebrew. And now the silly part should be holding.
Big head right there in the camera.
Hi,
I hit
guys.
stop.
I'm so glad you're here. Goodbye.